Otherwise, you can equally not make claims but not be able to answer questions. You can't do both.
Got a point, Brennan.
But it's a utopia. By the very definition.
Can you have a definition of something that has never occurred in human life?
No, we already said utopia. Regardless of
But
the
they can also be
clarifier-
contradictory.
Regardless of the clarification in the beginning, it is by
It can
definition
also be
utopia, i.e. a perfect
contradictory.
society.
It can also be contradictory. Just if I say
Then
big
how is it
pinky, is it a big pinky or is it just a large pinky?
It's a big. It's big.
Is it big or is it small?
Well, I don't know.
In relation to a pinky, you could say, "Oh, a communism utopia," and it's one where people aren't starving.
Why is it contradictory?
What do you mean? Why is what pinky or communist?
No, why is communist utopia a contradictory? Why is
It's
that
a joke. I'm not saying it has to be, but that's the joke. Is that it is because it's
Why is it contradictory?
Because it's funny, and most communisms end up with people starving.
Most communisms?
Yeah. What's wrong with saying that? Most communist countries
it's just
end
that
up
I don't.
with-
It's just that I don't feel like you have a good understanding of what communism is.
Do you?
I mean, yeah, it's
when
a
a country
classless,
is-
stateless, and
And is it possible? No, not
classless,
even is it
stateless, and
possible.
moneyless
Is
society.
it like not the term ethical, but probable,
I mean, it could
like
Well, I mean,
usable,
we're
beneficial?
regardless of whether or not it's like possible currently.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like
literally
that's kind of
every
irrelevant
single political
conversation.
ideology sounds good when it's written down in paper, but of course you can't write down in paper the problems that are going to arise from this design structure of it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why we should maybe try it out.
Try it out, yeah, just try
Yeah,
it
why not?
out. Isn't this
Why
just
not?
a big test world where everything's fine and dandy and everything can just
usually, like,
revert
trying
back
to-
to normal?
In America was a great experiment.
You want to have an SEZ zone where it's the opposite of capitalism?
I think it would be better.
Why do you think some communist countries have SEZ zones?
I don't know what an SEZ zone is.
A special economic zone where basically they take a city and they make it capitalistic so that their economy doesn't go down the damn drain.
I don't know, probably because those countries exercise state monopoly capitalism.
Why do they need an SEZ though, Brennan?
I mean,
It's almost like private business helps an economy a lot.
you could still have private business under a communistic society.
You can, by the book. Does it happen? No. Why does it not happen?
Because the society
Because you can appoint yourself as ruler.
Are you gonna let me like
Yeah,
talk
what's up?
and speak over me?
Yeah, what's up?
Because the societies that you're gonna bring into
Yeah.
question, like the Soviet Union and China, aren't communist societies.
Oh God. Brennan's one of those people where it's like,
Fundamentally,
actually, they're
not
technically republics because there's a small
No.
amount of people
One of those.
being
No, there's
privately. Yeah, okay, Brennan.
practice
And if
state
there's an election where there's only one person running, is that a democracy all of a sudden?
No, then it's an authoritarian
Yeah, I am sorry,
society. I don't understand.
but they still describe themselves as democratic, and
Okay.
by textbook definition, they are. So you can't use textbook definition here because you can literally just have a closed election and then say you're democratic, and then literally by textbook definition they are.
I don't know why
but they're
I don't
not.
know.
Damn, Brennan.
Okay, but then they're not communist.
Oh yeah, yep, okay. What do you want me to call them? Totalitarian?
Yeah, I mean you could call them that. I think.
Oh, is
fair.
that better?
Yeah, because I mean I think that accurately describes somebody like places like Maoist China and Stalinist Russia. I think that's pretty fair.
Oh,
I mean, and it also-
what? How do you think it got to that point? Believing in communism. So don't you think it's a bit sketchy to just believe in this book idea, try to implement it, and then what is protecting you from not having what just happened?
I think they got that way because they practice state monopoly capitalism, which is where the state comes in and is a substitute for the capitalist class.
So how are you going to prevent that from happening?
You probably
Because
don't
people are
start-
definitely going to think that it's
Will you
needed.
fucking shut the fuck up? Holy shit!
You
Let me
literally
talk for
said
like
you
3
said
seconds.
one word. That's not a sentence. I'll stop when you start saying things.
Like twice as long as I have.
It's not my fault your brain can't comprehend words.
It's not my fault. You talk over me constantly, and then
I
expect me
literally
to
don't.
respond.
I literally
You
don't.
shall.
You say one word. I was continuing my sentence with a comma. It's a comma. A comma is different than a period, Brennan.
Ooh.